Hello everyone, it is Dio Rogue here, back with another deck profile. I am here bringing you the anniversary of Yu-Gi-Oh's anime. It is the 30th anniversary of the anime. It was shown in 1996 in April. Yes, it is April now at the time of this recording. So I'm going to show you my Millennium deck profile. I took this to a locals and I went 3-1 with it. I didn't place, unfortunately. The people I faced did not get that good of a record. So it downgraded me down to like 4 for fifth place, and I didn't get prizing, I guess. So it was unfortunate, but the deck did perform kind of well. There are a few things I would change about it, which I will get to in this video. Now, starting off, I of course play all 5 pieces of Exodia. These are very crucial for the deck, especially if you want to get out your fusion card, which obviously is the main core part of the deck. You want to get this guy out. He gains attack equal to your life points whenever you swing with him. Add a monster, your opponent, whatever. So next you are going to play the 3 Heart of Blue Eyes. This is the card that searches you for your Ankh, so you don't have to pay the cost. Because the cost to summon most of your monsters is about 2,000 life points, and of course nobody wants to be playing that. Next up are your continuous spell slash trap monsters. Oh, continuous spell monsters. You got your 3 Sengenjin. It's to pay 2,000 life points, or you add a Millennium monster from your deck to your hand. To where you add a Millennium monster from your deck to your hand. And then you got your Millennium Shield. I play these all at 3 because you obviously want to get to your key cards as fast as possible. Also, why I play the 2 Guardian Golem. You want to get to your Wedju as well. It's a pretty good extender. As long as you can get to that, you can get to most of your side plays and possibly extend a little bit more to where you can get some interaction on the board, depending on what version of the deck you play, like Silo Hat Rabbit and Azaroon, which I haven't seen get played that much recently, but honestly, you could play the engine for that, and it wouldn't do too bad. Honestly, I just did not play it in my version of the deck because I did not feel like I wanted to brick on the Azaroon as well as the other pieces. To be honest, I also feel like it could be a little bit better. The Azaroon statue, uh, in another format. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it could be better in another format, like Yugioh format. Next is the Heart of Gaia. This is a monster negation, or yeah, monster negation when you send a monster it's level 5 or higher from your fields to the graveyard, which would be your shield most of the time when he's in defense mode and you don't have a reason for it. I believe we can get the text here. Yeah, when you activate the monster effect, you send one. And it's not destroy, unfortunately. So that doesn't really pair well with the Witcher Temple. Oh, so I got the Fiend for Reflection Mirror. This saves me. This saved me a little bit in my duels. I would just summon this guy, get summoned in defense mode after my opponent uses an effect. I would gain life points equal to a monster on the side of the field. Usually it would be a blue eye, so it would be about 3k. Yeah, pretty fun moments there, as you can tell. I had about 2 Blue Eyes matchups in my locals. It was really funny. One was Fiendsmith Blue Eyes, and one was just regular Primary Blue Eyes. And both versions were really tough to go against. But the regular Primary Blue Eyes just did a little uh, less good in terms of playability, just because they didn't get too as full as the board as they wanted to. Because obviously you're not playing 3 different engines. Next up is Millennium Ankh. We play that at 3, obviously. You always want to get it, even though it's recyclable. You always want to start off with it because it helps reduce the cost of your life points being dwindled down. You don't want that to happen, especially with your main beater being one that gains attack equal to your life points. Next is 3 Wedger Temple. Yes, I play this at 3. You always want to see it. And what you don't want to see is your Obliterate Blaze in your hand, which I saw that 2-3 times, and your Exile Fires, which I only saw once in my opening hand, which still was really good. Popped up when it needed to, but I was going to set it anyway. So I think that is it for the Millennium Engine. I think, yeah, this also recycles parts, and this Destroy spells and traps, lets you do piercing. You gain 2,000 for each piece after you destroy all spells and traps. Really good card. Now, next up is the non-engine cards. Cards that you do and sometimes do not want to see. I play 3 Nibiru. So you want to break the board of your opponent. You don't want to leave them with a lot of stuff. You can always follow up with the Exodia Fires of Rage next turn, or your Obliterate Blades if you really need to destroy spell and traps, which if you just need to destroy spell and traps and just OTK the turn after, you got your Nibiru. Obviously you can't search the card, but if you somehow happen to get it, you have a Nibiru. You're golden. It happened to me once. It was really good. Molcharmies. Yes, we like drawing cards. We play 5 plus bricks in our deck. Counting the Exodia Fires and Obliterate Blaze. You do not want to see those. You do not want to see the Fiend Reflection. You do not want to see Gaia. Terrible draws. You want to draw cards. We like drawing cards. We like seeing cards. That's why we play a Pot of Prosby. If you look at my side deck, there's obviously cards that you can cut to obviously get into your Prosby plays. This helps you a lot, especially if you want to go second or first, get to your board breakers or your negations. You want to see those. They're really good. Now, other cards that stop other cards, you want your Ash Blossoms. Ash Blossom is good in every format. Ash Blossom is the best card ever printed. Ash Blossom has been going for 6-7 years, 6-7. It's the most played card in the history of Yu-Gi-Oh! Besides Maxi in the OCG. If Maxi was still legal plus 2016 in the US here, everyone would be playing it as a one of, at the very least, if it was possible. Nobody wants to see that card. Nobody wants to see Molcharmies, but we play those anyways because we have to draw cards. Other cards are stun cards. We got Forbidden Crown. We played 2 of those. I didn't think to play more than 2. And honestly, I should have played Droplets in the deck too. I didn't think to play Droplets. I could have played it over Nib and just sided Nib, to be honest. Same thing with Imperm. We love breakers in this deck. We don't want our opponent to play with a very proactive board with our very minimalistic plays in this deck. We need to stun them the turn after we're playing. Same thing with these Dimensional Fissures. Nobody wants to see this card. This is why Shifter was hit to 1. Fissure is just as bad. And it's really good when you're starting out going second because they cannot drill you after that. If you are playing into your opponent's board, they have like a Perulia. Cool. You can play around that. Cool. You can play around the Fua. You can play around a Nib. You can't play around Ash. They can't play around the Fissure with the Ash, obviously. It's a discard, not a send, but no Droll, no Ghost Mourner, I believe, and I think Ghost Bell. Don't quote me if I'm wrong. Imperm and Crown, obviously, just speak for themselves. Now, we are moving on to the extra deck and my prosperity choices. We play 3 of the Exodia Carnet because we love playing big guys. I have gotten to the point where I need to play all 3 copies. Onk, obviously, you could play as a 2-of realistically, but you still need it in your hand to reduce cost, so you just play the 3 anyway. It gives you engine room. And at the very minimum, you just make a big guy that can spell trap, negate, and pseudo break board if you get the trap effect off. Really, really, really amazing card. And I love it. Next up, we got our Snake Eyes Doom Dragon here. Doom Dragon lets you push a opponent's monster to the spell and trap card zone, which lets you get removal. And then you can just use this card to make an entire package that just dedicates you to just hitting your opponent really, really hard. If I am reading this right, this lets you gain 1,000 attack, combine ranks of all monsters times 1,000 until the end of your opponent's next turn. This card show up a card effect, spell drop card. So it declares an attack while it's going to occur in your graveyard. You can summon it. This is a resummonable monster. And Dragulbion lets you read. You get to summon it, ignoring its summoning conditions. It's treated as an Xyz monster, and it's the only monster that can declare an attack. Which is really, really good. I saw a line where somebody attacked directly with this line, but I don't know how to do that. Realistically, I put up a line where I got about 6k damage in against Blue Eyes deck until I had to pass the turn back. Got really lucky there, but it was a very Let's just say uphill battle. Oops. Sorry, hit the camera there. Um, we also have the Titanic Galaxy just to put on top of the Hope Harbinger if we cannot get to the Numeron, or if we just have a line where we just get to Titanic Harbinger on a turn 2 and just roll with that. Blow some Fallen Trap cards if we really need to. I didn't get to it, obviously. It's also just another target if you really wanted to put it onto under Numeron instead of the Hope Harbinger, if you want to save the play. I also have Zeus, which I thought I could put onto him. There wasn't a game where I attempted to, but I was reading up the Dragulbion in the middle of a game, and I was saying, oh yeah, I can't Zeus, but if I did happen to just get like Imperm swing, I could just Zeus after that, and it's really good because you still have 2 material if you just attempt the 1. And for my last OTK package, we play, and I know this isn't OTK, but we have Linkspire just in case we get pieces in our hand that we cannot play. And then the Necromancer. Yeah, it speaks for itself. You just recur a Dark Spellcaster, like aka a piece in the grave, or your Exodia if you really wanted to. Selene, same thing, Spellcaster recursion. And then you have your access code, just so you can go into your line, clear your opponent's board, and then say GG's. So, yeah, we just really, really like hitting our opponent really, really hard, as you can tell. Got 9k here, like clearing board, spell trap negate, spell trap destructions, board breaker, board breaker / spell trap destruction, board breaker. You just like breaking your opponent's board. Alright, lastly and most importantly, the sideboard. Obviously, you need a sideboard if you are trying to play the game in a responsible and healthy fashion. If you are not siding in between your matches, you are setting yourself up for failure if you are just not there to have fun. First, we play Retaliating Sea. I know, it's the best card of 2026. Post shifter, what can I say? I am just that great of a guy. And just in case any of these cards don't work, I play Two-Drone Lockbird. In this case, some people just really like adding cards to their hand from their deck. I just really don't like that. But it also conflicts with this next card, Shifter. We all love this card. Everybody loves this card. Nobody else has seen a better card in the history of cards ever printed. This is why he's at 1 here and 0 in the OCG. I don't know why they keep allowing this card to keep popping up. And Retaliating Sea, which Retaliating Sea has the limit. You need to deal with the card that special summons monsters like Illusion Gate. Illusion Gate, I really didn't think was the best decision playing into this tournament that I was playing. Not only was it just halving my life points, I just completely forgot about that part at first until I started reading the card again, which is why I was saying I should just had Droplet instead and just swapped it with the nib and just put the nib in the side and then Droplet in the main, because like I might as well, especially when I'm playing cards like my 2 Lightning Storm and my Harpy's Feather Duster. I only did this for spell trap removal, realistically. I had no other reason for it technically. Lastly, we got Call By at 1, Solemn at 1, and the Macro at 1. Just because I am that great of a guy, we play the No, and the No. Macro obviously is just another dimensional shifter, a little slightly better, kind of ashable if you actually play the target. I don't know how that worked, but apparently you can ash it. But as you can tell, I play a really, really fun deck that just definitely lets my opponent play the game and lets me play the game at the same time. Most of these Millennium decks have the same type of thing in common, where if you're not playing Fiendsmith for another secondary engine, you're just going full stun. And that's just the game plan. You either full stun first turn or you board break the second turn. And then you just go for game, which it's a really good deck. And what can I say? Well, I'll wrap this up. You guys have a good night, and I hope your guys' games are just as fun and good as mine. Pay some homage to the Yu-Gi-Oh anime. It is the 30th anniversary, and I will catch you all later.